Good morning. Happy Wednesday. There's no one here yet, but that's okay. We will get started shortly. Do I have anything to say? Oh, yes. Okay. So format is changing up a little bit this week. We are no longer doing supersets. We are now doing higher weight, lower rep. So you will definitely need weights today. The heavier weights that you have on hand, the better. Again, like technically this can all be done body weight, but with the lower rep format, it might not feel as intensive as it would otherwise. So I would recommend 2 medium to heavy weights. Hand weights can be dumbbells, kettlebells, whatever feels right. And if you have resistance bands, whatever other equipment you have, grab it, have it nearby. It will come in handy. If you do not have resistance bands or anything, it's fine. It's fine. It's okay. Okay, so higher weights, lower reps. No more supersets, which means that we get a break in between each set, going back to like a more standard format, if you will. And I think that is it. So let's get warmed up, shall we? We've got our Mozart in the background, adding a touch of class to today's workout and every workout because Mozart. Okay, starting with our usual warm-up. I think the camera should be good. We'll go for 10 big arm circles back and 10 big arm circles forward. I hope everybody's doing okay. I know I wasn't here last week. I had my second Moderna shot. I was definitely felt it. And I was fine by Wednesday, but I was just really tired. And so I thought it best to skip. And actually, I'll say this again at the end, but I'm not going to be here next week either. I mean, I'll be here, but I'm not going to be in class because my sister's coming to visit. So no class next week. But week after that will be normal again. Okay, when you're done with your arm circles, nice wide stance. Coming down to the floor. If you can't touch the floor, grab a book, a block, something as a buffer so that you can have your hands stabilized. And then we are rotating one arm up towards the ceiling at a time, alternating sides. We'll go for 5 on each side. Hold the stretch for a second at the top. If anybody is new here, the reason I play Mozart is that it's public domain, and so I don't get in trouble for licensing. And it's nicer than having just like a super quiet workout with no noise in the background, for me at least. I'm hoping that everybody at home has headphones and their own playlist in, but I like having something playing. Okay, staying in your wide stance. We're doing our side lunge stretch. So coming down, weight is staying back over the heels. Remember, only come down as far as is comfortable. Try to get a little lower with each stretch as the muscles start to loosen up. As I always say, my lateral flexibility is good. So I tend to come down lower on these, but this is not the required depth by any means. We're going for 5 on each side. Ooh, add some tightness in there today. All right, back up to standing. Let's go for our hamstring stretch. So crossing one foot in front of the other, and then you are reaching down towards the floor. You do not have to touch the floor. You're just heading in that direction, and you're looking to feel a stretch along the back of the back leg. then other side, same thing. Crossing one leg in front, down to the floor. All right. Going for our leg swings. If you need to hold on to something, please hold on to something. We are swinging the leg forward and back, 10 on each side. Ow! Don't stub your toe on the mat like I just did, please. It's not comfortable. Other side, when you're ready. And when you've got 10 on each side, we are ready to begin, starting with some core work. So again, we are not doing supersets anymore, which means that we get a break between our core sets. Yay. We're going to start with a spider plank. As always, I will be timing on my handy dandy stopwatch. We're going for 3 sets, 30 seconds per set. It's going to be awesome. What can I say? As always, you have the option to hold your plank and do nothing else. Plank can be up on the toes or it can be down on the knees. If you're on your knees, hands are right under the shoulders, hips are tilting forward, squeezing the glutes, and you're hanging out here. If you're up on the toes, same thing, but just on the toes, and then you can hang out here. If you want to join me for the spider planks, you're basically bringing your knee to the outside of your elbow on the same side. So from your plank position, the knee is coming forward, alternating sides, like so. You don't actually have to touch the elbow. Again, everybody's mobility is different. So just do what feels right for you. So we're going for 30 seconds of that, and then we get a break. And we're doing it again, and we're doing it again. Ready? Let's do it. Round 1. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Whatever version of the plank you're doing. We are here for 30 seconds. So this is working your whole core because we're incorporating some oblique work with that knee tuck forward. 10 more seconds here. Ooh, my hips are popping. Little percussion in the background. And 3, 2, 1, and break. Okay. I'm taking 30-second rests in between each set. For most things, everybody can determine their own break time. I recommend somewhere in the 30 to 60-second range. If you need longer, please take longer. I don't subscribe to the idea of like, go, 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 crush it out, rest is weakness, blah, blah, blah. No, recovery time is very important, so take whatever time you need. If you're timing along with me, then you can just follow along with my rest breaks. I'm going into my second 30-second set here in 3, 2, 1, and up we go. Try not to let the head drop. Keep that neck supported. 10 more seconds here. Last 5. And 3, 2, 1, and rest. 30 seconds once again. And then we're heading into our last set. Super exciting stuff. I know. It's Wednesday. I kept thinking it was Friday all morning. I have the same client first thing in the morning on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And so Monday's easy because it's Monday. You know, it's Monday. Everybody knows it's Monday. But then midweek, my brain starts playing tricks on me. And it's like, is this the Wednesday session or the Friday session? I can't tell. Anyway, okay, last set if you're ready in 3, 2, 1. Up we go. hips popping. Feels weird, but it doesn't hurt. 10 more seconds. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Beauteous. Beauteous. Okay. Second chorus for 7. Take a break. Grab water if you need it. I hope everybody has water on hand. If you do not, please get some. You're going to want to stay hydrated. Speaking of, actually, this has nothing to do with hydration, just with cooling down. Open my window. Get some airflow. All right, second exercise, we're doing a toe touch crunch. It is exactly what it sounds like. So, ultimately, legs are going to be straight and you're crunching up towards the toes. Option to have the knees bent in tabletop position. You can cross the ankles or keep the legs parallel and then just crunch up towards the knees. Either one is fine, whichever feels more comfortable for your body. All right, same format, 30 seconds, 3 sets. You know the deal. Okay, round 1 in 3, 2, 1, and here we go. There's our halfway point. Last 5 seconds. And 3, 2, 1, and relax. Oh, makes my back want to crack. All right, 30 seconds of rest, and then we're heading into round 2. We're gonna skip this Mozart to something a little bit more peppy, which would not be that. Come on, Mozart, work with me. All right, that sounds like it'll be peppier. Yeah, it is peppier. Okay, 10 more seconds of rest, and then we're heading into round 2. You can relax on the floor on your breaks, that's okay. Okay, round 2. In 3, 2, 1, timer is on. Less than 10 seconds left. You're almost there. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Take a break. One more set. 30 seconds of rest. Almost ready for the main workout. Actually, no, this is part of the main workout. I always think of core as like something separate, but it's not. It's all the same body. It all works towards the same things. Oh. 10 more seconds of rest, and then one more set. One more set. One more set. All right, let's do it. And 3, 2, 1, and here we go. Ten more seconds. And 3, 2, 1, and done. As my mother used to say, grace is your middle name, when I was being ungraceful. All right, take a break. We're actually going to stay down on the mat for our first exercise. I'm going to take a moment to water my plant there. We're going to do some glute bridges just to get the glutes activated before we dive into the rest of the workout. So for your glute bridges, if you have Resistance bands at home, like the circle bands, rubber or fabric, they serve the same purpose. You can use one of those around your knees. If you do not have a resistance band, you will not be using one around your knees. You'll just be doing glute bridges. We're going to do 3 sets of 10. If you're not using a resistance band and 3 sets of 10 just doesn't feel like anything, do more reps, you know? Add on 2 or 5 more reps. Or 3, you can do 13, you can do 14. Nothing says you have to do 12 or 15. But yeah, that's it. We're doing 3 sets. Let's talk about form, baby. If you're using a band, it's going to go right above your knees. So the bottom edge of the band is basically like at the top of your kneecap. And the bottom edge is at the back of your knee armpit. So lying on the back, feet scooched in as close to the glutes as you comfortably can get them. Palms flat on the floor to help support you as you push up. And then when you push up into your glute bridge, you're aiming to get the hips somewhere in line with the knees. So if you look down your body, you see like the same angle as your knees, like a diagonal from your knees to your shoulders. And then setting back down on the floor. If you can't get your hips up that high, that's okay. Just get them up as high as you can and think about squeezing your butt as you lift your hips. So this should not just be like a lift and lower movement. It's an active squeeze as you come up. What else? Keep the legs hip width apart. Make sure the weight is staying in the heels. And that is it. Let's do it. 10 reps, 3 sets. Let's go. If you're using a band, think about actively pressing out against that resistance as you lift and squeeze. And it's going to increase the feelings that you have in your glutes, which should be feelings of muscles doing some work. And when you get to 10, you're just going to relax, take a little break, let the feelings of the glute bridges wash over you. And we're going to do 2 more sets. I'm not even timing these rest breaks. I'm just sort of averaging them in my head, but we're taking about 30 seconds between these. Feels nice just to lie down, right? Right, okay. Round 2, whenever you're ready. You also want to make sure that your hips are even. So as you're bridging up, you can look down your body again at the angle that your body is taking. If it's dipped down on one side or the other, try to straighten your hips out so that they're perfectly square to the ceiling. And when you're done with your 10, come on back down, take a little break. Here, I will time this one for accuracy. And then we'll go into our last set. Whoopsie. There we go. Gotta keep track of my time. Gotta keep it timely. All about timeliness. All right. Heading into our last set of glute bridges. When you're ready, let's do it. And when you get to 10, we're done with the moves. If you've got a band, you can take it off. We're moving onwards into some lunges. Aren't you excited? Ooh, I got up too fast. Ooh, head rush. Ooh, ooh. Okay, there it goes. Don't get up too fast, folks. Okay, so we're doing curtsy lunges, which we have done many times before, but we are changing it up a little bit, and we're performing them offset So what I mean by offset is that one side has weight, the other side does not. The purpose this serves is that it throws you way off balance, which means that your core has to do a lot more work to keep you stabilized and centered, specifically your obliques. So it is still working the legs, it is still working the glutes, but it's sort of sneaking in some extra core work on there. And let me show you what I mean. We're going to keep the weight on the side that is staying stable. So whatever weight you have, you're just holding it. If we start with our left leg planted, you're just holding it on the left side, and then the right leg is stepping back into the lunge. So if I let my core go and just don't balance, I'm immediately going to fall over if I try to lunge. So really pay attention to keeping that core stabilized, keeping nice and upright as you come down to that curtsy. Now, basic form, depth is not important. You're only getting as low as you can. If you have knee problems and it hurts to get low, just keep them shallow. But general form, you're stepping back behind the front leg at a diagonal, sort of towards the back corner of the room, and then you're dropping down into your lunge from there, stepping forward. Most of the work is happening in that front leg, because if you put too much weight on your back knee when it's at that angle, bad news, bad pressure on the joint. So from the side, stepping back, right angle in the front leg, right angle in the back leg, and stepping forward. Cool? Cool. Upper body stays as upright as possible. Try not to tip forward too far with the front leg. And then we're doing 10 on each side for 3 rounds. Sorry, I keep pulling out my pants. They keep falling down. Let's do it. Round 1. Either side can start. I'm going to start on my right. Just for funsies. When you're ready, counting for yourselves at home. Remember, I can't be trusted to count. I don't want you to adhere to my pace. Everybody has their own speed that is comfortable, so please stick to that. And don't feel like you have to match what I'm doing. When you get to 10 on one side, you're going to switch over to the other. You'll notice that I have one arm stuck out. It helps with the balance. You don't have to. You can have your hand on your hip, whatever feels right. But this is what is comfortable for me. And when you get to 10 on the other side, take a break. Boom. I'm taking about 30 seconds on these as well before heading into the second set. If you haven't noticed, these are probably getting your heart rate up. They're certainly getting mine a little bit higher. It's like secret cardio, you know? Weightlifting, anything that elevates your heart rate into certain quote unquote zones is technically cardio. Weightlifting can be cardio. It just depends on how long you're sustaining that heart rate in terms of what cardiovascular results you get. Let's head into round 2. I'm going to start on the left side since I started on the right side the first time. Let's do it whenever you're ready. I've been really into offset exercises lately because I've talked about this a lot, I think. I have this autoinflammatory condition, and the most consistent symptom is this one joint in my spine that hurts. Well, not quite chronically, but almost. And so there's a lot of core exercises that really bother me. Like both the core things we did today hurt in my back. Not too bad, but I like finding things that are going to challenge the core in a way that you wouldn't necessarily expect and that you wouldn't normally label as like dedicated core work. So this is core work. It's a lot of core work depending on how heavy the weight you are using is. But it's totally fine on the back. All right, round 2 is done. When you're ready, take a break. I'm timing for another 30 or so seconds. Take water breaks whenever you need them. You don't have to wait for specific breaks. See, this is the beauty of a virtual class where I can't see anybody. It's like, no, I can't check your form and make sure things are okay. But you can just stop in the middle of the set and like look at your phone or take a drink of water, have a snack, and I can't tell. So you can do whatever you want. Basically, is my point. But I would prefer if you stayed with me and worked out, of course. Okay, going into our last set, I'm going to start back on the right side, coming full circle. I like to alternate sides just to keep it even. All right, last one. Also, I'm coming up to a balance just because of the extra challenge. I enjoy it, but it's not required. You can set your foot down in between sets. That heart is pounding. Ooh, yeah. All right. When you're done with your 10 on each side, take a break. Whew. Whew. All right. We're going into a single leg sit to stand. I haven't done these in a little bit, so we're going to do them. I'm going to take a couple seconds before I demonstrate because I'm very out of breath. Give me a moment. Just a moment. Okay. I'm going to be holding a weight on these. Again, I'm doing this as an offset exercise, so the weight's going to be on one side and the other side will be unweighted. I'm going to hold the weight on the side that I'm sitting down on. I'll show you what I mean. So, first of all, option number 1 is that you can do these with both feet on the ground. Just hold the weight in front. It essentially becomes a squat. So holding the weight in front, you're sitting and then standing, squeeze the glutes, sit, stand, squeeze the glutes. If you want to progress that, we're doing that with a single leg. So option 1, do it without weight, where one leg is planted, one leg is lifted. Make sure that whatever you're sitting on is stable. If you're doing this on a chair, make sure it's wedged up against a wall, or it's like an armchair or something that's not going to scooch. You don't want it to go flying. So one leg lifted, one leg planted. You're sitting down, standing up on that one leg. That's option 2. Option 3 is that you have a weight in hand. When you do it, I'm going to hold the kettlebell on the same side that's sitting. So here and up, okay? Easy peasy. We're going for 8 on each side. We're doing 10 sets. Oh my goodness, can you imagine? 3 sets, not 10 sets. 3 sets, 8 on each side. Let's start. Either side can start. Whatever feels good. I'm going to start on my right again. Find a comfortable spot for your feet, like find the distance that works, and then you can test it out a few times before you start. Once again, I like having my other arm out to the side to help with balance. Quad should be working hard on this one. And then other side. Same thing. When you get to 8 on the other side, take a break. I'm going 30 to 40 seconds on this break. Heart rate's getting up there again. Sweat is pouring. Again, I tell you, sweat is not an indicator of a good workout. Sweat is an indicator of body temperature. So there is correlation, not causation. Right? Makes sense? As your core temperature warms up, as you're working out, there will probably be some sort of sweat reaction. But if you're like me, and your natural body temperature is like 97.5, and you run cold all the time, then it's going to take longer for you to break a sweat. Like it took to this point in the workout for me to start sweating. And it has nothing to do with how hard you're working. It's just your body temperature. Okay. Round 2. We're doing a lot of unilateral, well, not a lot, 2 unilateral exercises today, which basically means we're working one leg at a time. They are more time consuming, and I know people find them tedious, but they are so important to make sure that your muscle work is staying even and that you're able to stay coordinated on individual sides. All right, that was set number 2. Taking a break, going into set number 3, AKA our last set. And then we have one more for the legs before we head into our upper body work. We're doing just fine on time. As always, I don't have time for a cool down today. I apologize. Please make sure that you're cooling down at home. It doesn't have to be like a 20-minute endeavor. Just take 5 minutes, do a couple stretches. You can even do exactly what we do at the beginning to warm up, just to help bring your body back to equilibrium. All right, going into our last set. When you're ready, here we go. Other side. And when you get to 8, take a little break. Okay, catch your breath, take a moment. Moving into our last leg exercise. This one is timed rather than reps. So if you want to time along with me, you can. If you want to time yourselves at home, you can. We're going to do some squat pulses. So, body weight or weighted. I'm just going to hold a 15-pound weight in front, and that's it. Stance can be wide or narrow or somewhere in between. I tend to go a little past shoulder width. That's where my squats are most comfortable. And before anybody says, yeah, but working out isn't supposed to be comfortable. Bull honky. It is. It's supposed to feel fine. Okay, so for a squat pulse, it's exactly what it sounds like. You're in your squat, and then you're just hanging out down here, squatting, pulsing for 30 seconds. If 30 seconds feels unreasonable, you can do less. I will be timing, or not timing, I will be timing, but I will be calling out intervals on the stopwatch. So I'll be like 10, 20, 30. So if you want to stop at 10, you stop at 10. If you want to stop at 20, you stop at 20. If you want to go to 30, you go to 30. And that's it. And then if you want to have a weight, I'm going to, again, have my 15-pound kettlebell. Just hold it up in front under the chin. That's it. You don't have to do anything with it beyond that. All right. Let's go for round one. Get this ready in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Try to keep the chest open. Realizing I can't really see this. There's 10 seconds. There's 20. It's kind of like a dynamic wall sit, if you will. If you're going to 30, there's 3, 2, 1, and break. So it's gonna burn in the quadular area. It's not what they're called. In the quad area. But it doesn't have to burn. Again, if you don't feel comfortable with that burning sensation, then just stop before it gets there. You're still working the muscles. It's still fine. We're going to do 2 more of those. And then we're going to do push-ups, 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 push-ups. I'm going to write a push-up song, like a jingle for push-ups that I can sing every time they're about to start. You know, like how characters have themes, and when they come on screen, their theme plays. It'll be like the Darth Vader theme, but for push-ups. I'm gonna do it. I'm thinking about this now. Okay, round 2. I think I can see it there. In 3. I know it's called the Imperial March, but just, anyway. 3, 2, 1, and go. How deep can I go on my nerddom here? There's 10 seconds. There's 20. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's 30. Okay, we have one more set. And then the legs can relax. Sort of, I mean, they still have to like hold you up, but you know, they can relax more than they've been relaxing. I don't know if everybody here is in San Francisco or the Bay Area, but it's so nice out today. It looks beautiful. I can always tell it's going to be a nice day because I live in like one of the foggiest neighborhoods. So if I wake up in the morning and I can already see blue sky at like 5:45 a.m., you know that it's going to be a nice day. Because most days it's just fog. Okay, last set. When you're ready. 3, 2, 1. There we go. There's 10 seconds. There's 20. All right, last 10 seconds if you're going for 30. There's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ah. Yes, 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 indeed. We are done with the legs. Drink some water. Give yourself a round of applause. You've made up. Oh my gosh. My words start to fail me right about this point in the workout, I've noticed. You have made it to the push-up portion of today's workout. We're going for 3 sets of 12. Now, I cannot believe that people aren't tired of hearing me say this every single week. But you can do these on the wall. You can do them on the counter. You can do them on the couch. You can do them on your knees. You can do them on your toes. You can do them however you feel most confident in your push-ups. We're aiming for 12, which means that you want to be at a level where the 12th rep feels difficult, but not impossible. You should be able to do all 12 at the level that you pick. If you really want to push it, you can do half and half and do, until, I hate the term until failure, because failure is a terrible word, but you can do until you can't do anymore and then finish out at a level slightly before that level. Does that make sense? I'm not making that much sense. You know what I mean. If you start on the countertop, finish on the wall, etc. Form is always the same. Glutes engaged, core engaged. Try not to let your lower back sag towards the floor, the counter, the wall, or wherever you're going. Keep your pooping dog tailbone tucked under so the core is engaged and your glutes are engaged. And then your hands, fingers are pointing straight ahead, elbows directly in that line. It's like a very natural range of motion for the shoulders to follow. You don't want them out y'all. You could have them in here if you want to work on your triceps more. That's just personal taste. I want to work on my chest. So we're not working on triceps. If you want to do triceps at home, that's fine. Okay, I've talked a lot. I'm going to stop because I need to hustle. We're doing our first round. Again, 3 sets of 12. Whatever level you can do, whatever level feels comfortable. When you're ready, 3, 2, 1, and go. Round 1 done. Take a break. Take a break. We got 2 more. That's it. It's not bad, right? No. Totally manageable. Totally fine. Totes my goats. I am taking like a 40-second rest in between these, just because, as I always say, push-ups are harder for me than most upper body exercises. And so my arms need a little bit longer to recover than they would for other things. And I want to be able to give it, my best shot. Hit me with your best shot. Okay, just kidding. Okay, round 2. When you're ready, go for it. And when you're done with that round, take a break. One more. That's it. And then we're moving on to some rows for the back. Gotta do back and front work. Push and pull. Generally, you want to keep everything equal. I don't really talk much about why I always do full body workouts, but basically what it comes down to is, unless you are like a bodybuilder or somebody in that realm of the fitness industry, which is not my realm, will never be my realm. There's really no reason to do split muscle group days, and working your full body 3 days a week for progress is generally more effective than splitting the muscle groups up. So it's usually what I recommend for somebody who just wants to work out, to get stronger, to work out like an average person, I guess you could say, who's not like in it professionally. I do full body workouts 3 days a week. It just feels better. Anyway, that's why we do them. It is generally more effective unless you're like really honing in on like, I want my triceps to be really, really defined. Okay, last set of push-ups. I have talked enough. Woo! That one was hard for me. Maybe because Mozart got all depressed. There we go. Maybe. Nope. Okay, push-ups are done. Moving on to some rows. Hydrate yourselves first, please. Take a moment. Recenter, regroup. Okay, you're gonna need both of your weights for this. This one, you can do body weight, but you'll have to really focus on creating your own resistance. Like when you're doing the exercise, you can think about something pressing on the back of your arm that you're trying to actively move against, basically clenching all your muscles as you're doing the movement. But it will be more effective if you have weights with which to row. So we've done these before. We're doing a bent over row. So basic form. There's a door behind you. You're trying to shut it with your butt. Boom. Spine stays flat. Again, not letting that lower back sag, but keeping the tailbone tucked, core engaged, so that your lower back is supported. A little bend in the knees. You don't want to lock them out, so just keep them relaxed. And then weights are hanging down with the hands facing each other. And then we're pulling the elbows up and back at a right angle. So you don't want to pull up here. See how my shoulders get like crunched around my ears? And this angle in the elbow is really sharp, acute, if you will. No, we don't want that. So keep the angle wide, shoulders down, and then try to think about connecting your shoulder blades in the back. We're doing 3 sets of 10 at whatever weight you have. If your weights are on the lighter side, again, really think about creating extra resistance for yourself. It's kind of a mental exercise, but it can be done. All right, let's go for round 1. When you're ready, remember we're going for 10. If you get to 10 and you're like, that wasn't enough, go for more. If your lower back is bothering you, it means that your core and your glutes are not engaged. So please think about bracing them, clenching them to keep the lower back from firing up. When you get to 10, take a break. I always forget what this is. Alla turca. I'm gonna turn this up a little bit. It's a jolly little piece. Okay, going for round 2. When you're ready. 10. And a break. Bum, 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 ba-da-da-da-da. One more set, folks. One more set. One more set. And then we move on to one more arm exercise before I bid thee all adieu. I think I might be the only person who actually gets a kick out of this Mozart during workouts. I'm sorry. I just love it so much. He was a very problematic person, but the music is amazing. Okay, last set. And when you get to 10, take a break. Set these weights back. We got one more exercise for the arms. I'm using slightly lighter weights for this last one. It is a shoulder exercise. So you can try your medium weights. If you have lighter weights on hand, maybe go a little bit lighter, but the medium should be okay. We're gonna do an Arnold press. Yes, it is named after Schwarzenegger. I think we've done this one before. I'm pretty sure we've done this one before. Basically, you're starting from what is essentially the top of a bicep curl, and then you are rotating out and up into your overhead press, and then rotating back into that curl position. So what we're getting here, if you're wondering why these are valuable, we're getting essentially like a really nice range of motion in terms of shoulder rotation. So it's nice on the rotator cuffs, good for shoulder blade mobility. It's good for stuff, and it also works the biceps because you're stabilizing in a contracted position every time you come back to neutral. Okay, we're going for 3 sets of 10. When you're ready, let's go for the first set. Glutes engage, core engage. I think we've switched to Vivaldi. I don't think this is Mozart anymore. And when you get to 10, take a break. Am I totally wrong? No, I know my Vivaldi. This is Vivaldi. Did I listen to a lot of classical music growing up? Yes, I did. Also love Vivaldi. I think while I'm on this obscure and nerdy topic, that the Four Seasons are maybe my most like comforting piece of music of all time. Like whenever I just want to be soothed, it's what I listen to. It's like good cooking music, it's good rainy day music, it's good knitting music, it's good everything. Okay, round 2. I think it's because when I was little, my dad used to play the Four Seasons all the time. Not himself, but like a CD of it. Or actually, no, it was on cassette tape. So I associate it with like home and comfort. All right, when you've got your 10, take a break. We've got one more set. And then, my darlings, your workout is done. We're going to keep this format for a few weeks at least. I generally do like 4 to 6 weeks with a new format so that your body has time to adjust and progress. So I think we were on supersets for, I want to say about 6 weeks. Maybe longer. So now we'll be doing heavier weights, lower repetitions. Last one. Keep that core engaged. And when you get to 10, you're done. Yes. Okay. You made it. As always, thank you so much for being here. I know it takes a lot of motivation to just show up, so I really do appreciate people showing up. Again, I will not be doing class next week. There's gonna be some shifts in the scheduling just because I have some stuff lined up for the summer, but next week, no class. 2 weeks, there will be class. There should be new cardio going up this weekend. I think I'll have the time to do that. Yay. And other than that, that's it. Stay well, stay safe, eat something, please, after this workout. Feed your body, hydrate, rest, recover, all that good stuff. And I will see you in 2 weeks. 2 weeks.